Hello, this is Klaus Kitzmüller again, Move Communications in Munich. I'm still sitting in New York City with my colleagues from the ICOM network, where we held the 2016 Worldwide Conference. My interview partner now is Moz Mirbaba. Is that correctly spelled?
That's correct. Thanks, Klaus.
Okay.
Nice to have you in the United States.
Great that you're with me, because Moz is the co-founder and managing partner of a very interesting agency based in Denver, with a couple of other places where you are presented. And the agency is called Window Seat. And Window Seat is a very specialized agency in terms of content marketing.
That's right.
And especially focusing on video content, if I'm correct.
That's right. So we are, we like to coin ourselves as a video content marketing studio, but we specialize in content for experiential events and social media. And we, having offices in Denver, Colorado, at the foothill of the Rockies, we also have offices in Los Angeles at the heart of the entertainment capital of the world. And so part of what we do is we like to bring Hollywood to brands. And we do that strategically through either celebrity endorsements, through our relationships, and through our integrated production studio called Bureau 15, which is headquartered in Los Angeles.
So you are producing, of course, video content in very different ways, but you also create strategies for brands and companies of how to use this potential content, right?
That's absolutely right. We work with multinational Fortune 500 and Fortune 1000 brands, helping them develop a content strategy on various platforms, whether it's social media or their own proprietary platforms. And we really primarily focus on video because we've seen with video content, people like moving images, and you can communicate effectively and more cost effectively with video content. And we've also seen just the proliferation on a lot of different platforms with short form snackable content, from Snapchat to Vine to all these different platforms. And now with the advent of programmatic video buys, it's just become a very cost-effective tools for a lot of our clients. So yes, we do develop the strategy, and then we also develop a distribution plan. Without having an effective distribution plan to get your message out to the right audience, it's not even worth doing video.
Okay. As far as I know, we do not have that kind of specialized content producers that much in Germany. I would wonder, how do your clients put this work that you do into their total content work, or more than that, into their marketing structure?
Sure. Well, we're seeing, and especially in the U.S., brands becoming publishers, producing their own content, moving away from native advertising. We work in specific verticals of financial services, youth apparel, footwear, and restaurant category. Okay. And so one of our clients is a restaurant, and they've really moved to this sort of content marketing model where they become a publisher. And we've developed a platform for them, their own digital platform that we populate with social media content, video content, as well as we've created a music program with brand influencers to populate that content.
And that is a restaurant?
It's a restaurant. Chain? It's a restaurant chain.
And it's a big one?
And here in the United States, they're actually the second largest sandwich shop called Quiznos. Okay. We built a platform called Toasty TV for them, and the brand essence is a very quirky, funny, humorous brand, and it's geared towards young adult males. And so we've had a lot of fun with this brand doing parodies and pop cultural content. And we time our parody content when that conversation is happening online. So we release our content, proximity when the conversation is happening.
I'm asking about the size of this client because in Germany, a lot of people say, well, making a brand a publisher, is a target that probably the Big 50 can achieve. Is that true in America as well? Or would you say it's not a matter of size? It's more a matter of the positioning, or
I think with the way we've, with the social media networks, in the last 10 years, everyone's a content publisher. You're a content publisher. I'm a content publisher. I'm creating content about my life and putting it for my friends to see. And so brands have really embraced the social media, and things are changing. I honestly feel like where we are today, we're actually in content pollution. There's actually too much content.
Okay.
Okay. And not only from just consumers, but from brands. And if you're not adding value to someone's daily life or entertaining them, then it's not really doing content. The young adults, at least in the United States, they will engage with your brand if they feel like they're not being marketed to. And so you have to provide some sort of utility. So we always go in with what is our purpose? What is the why? Why do you want to provide this content to your customer base? And we're saying
relevance.
Yeah, what's the
Pure
relevance?
Yeah.
With this particular restaurant chain, we have multiple strategies for video. So we have relevant content that we like to get people to share and engage with the brand and create conversations online. But then we also have our block and tackle strategies, which is 15-second programmatic combo meal, show the sandwich and the product.
So that's information more than
it's very more, I would say, native advertising in conjunction with the content marketing, so that you're driving awareness through your entertaining content, but also driving your sales message at the same time. And we've seen great traction by doing it in this way. We actually conducted some research in last year, and we did a very minimal media spend, and we were able to increase lift by 400,000 new customers.
Great.
During the test period, and we are able to target locally.
Would you consider such a brand to be on the way from a restaurant brand to a media brand?
If you look at brands in the United States, and I like to point to Chipotle, which is a national burrito company here in the United States, and they've really focused on the message with food with integrity, and they've created their own branded content platform. You've got brands like Taco Bell, international brand. They've really started to develop their own content marketing. You got brands like Red Bull. When you think of a brand like Red Bull, it's an Austrian-based company. They're not selling energy drinks. They're selling a lifestyle.
Oh yeah.
And it's for active young adults, and they have positioned themselves as a media company. And it's very interesting that you're seeing like leaders in the category, such as Red Bull, and then you look at a brand like GoPro. GoPro is selling cameras, but really truly they're a media company. They're enabling consumers to be their own content producers. And so you're seeing a lot of shift in at least in the United States with brands, because it's very cost effective for them to do content marketing, because the tools have become available to a lot of people.
I find it interesting because of course Red Bull is the benchmark for pretty much everything, at least in Europe and the German speaking area, when it comes to to content and to the fact that a given FMCG brand becomes a media brand itself. Totally other question. Who on the client side would be the person you're talking to? Is it marketing? Is it corporate? Is it a PR?
It's actually all those people. It usually starts with the buy-in at the CMO level, down to the VPs, and then you're dealing with digital directors and social media managers and marketing managers. So everyone up in the marketing department. Sometimes it even goes up to the CEO level, depending on the positioning and how they want to position the brand in the content space.
And do you usually work one way or two way directly with the client, or are there more partners and service providers involved?
Absolutely. So for one of our clients, we bring in a licensed partner called NewsCred. They're actually based here in New York City, and we license third-party content to populate their platform, to essentially feed the machine of content, and we're able to curate that content, whether it's music, sports, lifestyle, comedy, and we get daily content that's fresh and relevant. We populate it into their platform, and then we're able to push it out on all social media channels. So we're providing utility to people that follow us, and then we might even throw in a coupon in there for, hey, come on in for a $1 off. And we've seen those strategies work really well.
Do you think that the younger audience of the brands is more reflecting to video content
Absolutely.
than others? You know? Where's the border? Where would you say?
I would say we live in a society now of attention deficit disorder. People are not reading. You know, we talked about email marketing, and it's hard to get people's attention span. There's a lot of information being broadcast, but with video content, if you can get your message out in 15, 20 seconds, then you've been successful.
Okay.
You've been successful.
So, of course, I mean, I don't have to ask you if video is the content or the most important content. You probably won't disagree. The questions there's one specific question I have just on my mind. Smart TV as one possible platform for video content. Does that play any significant role in the States so far, or?
I would agree. So I would agree with you on that, because we've seen platforms like Roku players, Chromecast with Google, connected TVs and Apple TV, where if you're a brand, I'll use the Red Bull because I love them. They're just an awesome case study. They've created their own channel, and you can populate their platform plugs straight into Apple TV. And so I do see a proliferation of brands becoming publishers where they can publish their own content. One of our clients, Vans Footwear, they're doing that themselves right now, and creating content from events, creating content from their athletes, their brand ambassadors, and they're creating their own show programming and live events. And so you creating content that's of utility, right? And you have an audience that's already engaged with your fans, and you're able to create branded content that, in a sense, is one big advertisement without advertising. And that's the beauty of the content marketing in the video space.
Okay. As you say, you do have a lot of internationally active companies and brands, of course. And if they create or if they gather their video content, they'll probably do that not only for the home market, but in the intention of distributing it to other markets and countries. And does that play a role in the strategy as well as in the execution?
Yes, it does. So Mattel, is the largest. Yeah. They're the second largest. I think Lego actually is now overtaking them as the #1 toy company. But Mattel's been a client of ours for 7 years, and we helped them launch a Star Wars Lucasfilm collaboration where we took characters from the Star Wars trilogy and made character cars, die-cast 1/64th, and we created video content for the launch of the series of die-cast, and we actually built a full-size car. Okay. And because of the partnerships that we had in place with Lucasfilm and Mattel, and this was a global marketing strategy, this particular video that we created for them had a global message. Because we were launching the product in all markets. But every market is unique, and we do get requests to make tweaks on different video content for different markets for Mattel, different nuances with marketing to kids and parents.
Yeah. So there is a need of specifying content for sure.
Yes. Yeah. I think when you get to sort of localization by market, we do have to localize things. But if you have an overall global branding message that applies for the entire market, then we run those because, with social media and YouTube, it's a global channel.
It is. That's why we are in ICOM, right?
Yeah, it's a global message, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Moss. It was a pleasure to have you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for your participation, and till next time.
You got it. Take care.
Thank you, and goodbye.